What's up, guys? It's your girl Kizzy, aka Enlightened Intuitive, aka God's favorite fairy lesbian. We're gonna go ahead and take a deep breath and get into the Book of Light excerpt for today's episode. And then, as usual, we'll get right into the topic, okay? So go ahead and take a deep breath in with me and out. And open yourself up to receiving this message. Dawn. Picture yourself like the dawn. What is dawn? It is the birth of a new day. And with a new day comes so much wisdom. The wisdom of days gone by, which contains experience acquired through the passage of time and the wisdom of being at zero with a whole new day ahead of you. Zero in the sense of knowing that what is on its way is new, different, and unfamiliar, and sometimes even incomprehensible. But the day knows that what is on its way is meant for it. For some known or even unknown reason, everything that arrives is intended for this day, so that it may feel, understand, assimilate, and evolve, and always, always cleanse. Cleanse the things that do not belong to this day, but that came and remained. Cleanse what is part of this day, the old density acquired because cleansing was put off for so long. Cleanse what belongs to it and is recent and bring things up to date. Be like the dawn. With dawn comes the wisdom of the past and the ignorance of the future, and it is here, ready to begin. Despite the storms, despite the distressful days, despite the rain, cold, and sadness, the dawn knows that it must advance. Daybreak is about to take place, and there is nothing that can stop the sun from rising, even when the clouds loom. Be like the dawn. Let your past instruct you, but do not allow it to hold up the present, and even less so, the future. Be open to what you do not know yet. Keep yourself intact for what is yet to arrive. Spirit, God, the universe. So, as you can tell by the title, today we're going to go ahead and get into how I became an NPC, me becoming an NPC, me being an NPC, how did I get started with it, how much I've made so far, what it's like. So, being an NPC is basically a new thing on TikTok where you go on live and you pretend to be sort of like a character. Imagine like a character from GTA or a character from Call of Duty, a character that sort of already has its memo, right? So, it already knows what to do if you do this, it already has what to do if you do that. Basically, that's what you're doing when you get on these lives and you are an NPC. So, before I started the NPC, I was having a financial hardship. Like I was struggling financially and I had to pay my bills. And I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to even do this. Like I was stressed because I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to pay for my storage. At this point, it was $350 because I didn't pay the last month. And so I was like, I have to pay this month or they're going to fucking take my shit away. And I had no idea how I was going to come up with the money, right? But mind you, I'm on a spiritual journey. So like God's got me. But I hadn't seen God and the time was timing. So I was like, okay, like what's going on? What's tea? So I'm on Twitter or I'm on Instagram and I pass a thing that shows Pinky Doll. And it's like, oh, Pinky Doll gets $7,000 a month or a week or whatever it said for being on live, being an NPC. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Like I don't really know what that is, but like I have seen her. Um, okay. And then I see her somewhere else. Wait, no. I hadn't seen her. I hadn't seen her. When I saw her the first time, I hadn't seen her. But I was like, oh, like this person makes thousands of dollars going on live. Cool. Okay. Didn't think much of it, right? Then I get on Twitter or I go to another app and I see her again and I'm like, I just saw her for the first time. Like, why am I seeing her again so quickly? Like, usually when you see things, they don't become a thing until you see it like down the line. But I saw her like right after I'd already seen her for the first time. And I was like, okay, let's see what this is about. So I think that's when I then checked it out and I was like, oh, this is what that is. Okay, cool. And so I was scrolling on TikTok, and at this point, I'd already seen Pinky Doll. Like, I'd seen her lives, I'd seen what it is to be an NPC, but I was like, okay, like, whatever, that's cool. I saw somebody post and be like, oh, Pinky Doll says that she gets this amount of money for going live being an NPC. If y'all see me, like, don't worry because I'm just getting a bag. And I was like, oh. And then I saw that that girl actually went and did it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And something was just calling me to doing it. Like, I don't know what, like, it's not that I was like, oh, do it. Like, I was like, oh, do it for a bag. It's just like, I was already struggling financially. And like, the events were lining up, leading me to being an NPC to get my bills paid, right? To get myself out of the hole, to help myself out. And so I saw that, and then I was like, would I like to do it? Like, let's just see, like, would I like to do it? Like, what does that look like for me? And then I just tried it, and I was like, oh snap! I think I actually would like this. So I actually made a video on my TikTok. I'll insert it here.
So I just saw somebody else do the AI anime thing, which I think is really fucking cool. She actually posted a video and was like, if y'all see me get in the bag, don't worry about it. Cause yeah, statistics say that shit is working. And I just watched her and then I was like, would I like to do that? But I could do mine on emotions. How are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you mad? How are you feeling? I think I would actually love it. So if you see me, okay.
I made this video on TikTok, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe I am gonna try this out, right? But still just thinking on it. And then I'm on TikTok scrolling, and I see the girl that had said, if y'all catch me on live, and I was watching her live, and when I'm watching her live, mind you, I'm seeing angel numbers. And usually angel numbers for me are confirmation. Angel numbers are like 444, 10, 10, 11, 11, basically double numbers, double digits. Not always double digits, but like the same digits. So like 333, 222, things like that. And so I saw 444, and I was like, when I was watching her, and I was like, I feel like I'm being called to do this. Like, I feel like I actually do need to do this, because I was saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try it out, but like I was like also just like, I don't know. Um, but then I was watching her live and I saw angel numbers, and I was like, something in me was just like, yeah, try it, like do it, like yeah, something was just guiding me in that direction. Um, and then I was nervous, I was scared, I was like, I don't know, like I don't know about going live, like that's a lot of people to be in front of, like I don't know, I've never done that, like that's people are gonna say this, like it's weird, like da da da. I was just really fucking scared, honestly, because I'm like, that's out of my comfort zone. Like, I just heard about this. Now I'm supposed to just like tap into it and then just do it. Um, and so I saw that, and then I was sitting down and I was like, what is the answer? Like, what is the answer to my money problems? And again, I saw 555 when I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's this. It's being an NPC. Like, God is guiding me to be an NPC so I can get the funds. And so I'm like, okay. So that night I get on. It's like 10 or 11. I get on, but I only got on for like 2 minutes because I was nervous and I was like, oh my God. Like, mind you, before I got on, I sat in front of the camera for a minute because I was trying to get my nerves out, and I was like, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. The fear is not going to go away. You just need to fucking click go, and you need to just go live. So I did it, but I got off super quickly because a lot of people were coming in. I just felt awkward. I was scared. I was in my head, and I was like, no, I can't do it. Like, no, forget it. So the next day comes, and I'm still thinking about it, and I'm still thinking about, okay, what's the answer? But I'm still feeling like that's the answer, right? And so I'm thinking about it again, and I go to leave to get my brother, and not get my brother. I was doing something. I was going to go somewhere, and I went to the car, and I saw 555, and I was like, that's the answer. the answer is being an NPC. I just need to move past my fear and I need to just do it anyway. So that night ended up going live again. And when I went live that time, I actually got people on. It was actually interactive. It was fun. It was lit. I made some money and I was like, oh my God, look at this. This is the answer. Like, for real, for real. Like, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And that's just how I knew that that's what I was supposed to be doing. I felt called to it and I was already in a bind, and that was God's way of saying, okay, you know, we're going to give you the resolution. We're going to give you a solution, but you got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You got to be willing to meet us halfway. Meet us halfway as in, if we tell you to go live, you need to go live. We'll meet you halfway by getting people to watch you. We'll meet you halfway by aligning things for you, etc. And so then I started going live. I've made about $600 from the NPC lives. A lot of people make hundreds of dollars within like 2 or 3 hours. And those are people who have like super big following. But for me, when I started, I only had like 3,000 or 4,000 followers. So like I didn't have that many people to like back me when I did it. And so for me, the numbers are definitely different. And so yeah, I've made about $600 for it. I was able to pay off my bills. I was able to pay off other bills that have come after that. And so it's like, it has definitely helped me get out of the bind that I was in. God did solve my problem, not in the way that I thought God was going to solve it, not in the way that I thought it was going to happen, but it happened. And so, you know, I ended up being able to pay my bills, and being an NPC is really fun. It's actually fun, despite like just getting money, like it's fun to do. Like it's not something where I'm on there and I'm like, oh, this is so boring. Like I hate this. I just want a bag. No, like I actually like doing it. It's actually a newfound talent that God has actually introduced me to, that I have to be an NPC because yes, um, everybody can do it, but like not everybody can do it well. Not everybody can do it right. And so it's just like, for me, I can do it right. Like I know how to do it. And so that's when I was like, oh wow, like I'm actually good at this. Like this is actually a talent for me. And then I was like, oh my God, my inner child, wow, she actually likes doing this. Oh wow, like this is something I probably would have done when I was little, but it was probably repressed and suppressed out of me. And now I'm coming up and being able to do it. And God's like, oh yeah, like let me just show you what else you can do.
Hello. At your big age. At your big age. Gigi. Gigi. Ice cream. Mmm. A rose for me? Thank you. I love your hair color. Thank you, Zion. Glizzies. Chilies. Hot. Glizzy. Chilies. Hot. A rose for me? Thank you. She's so.
So that was pretty cool, to realize. And so with the NPC, there's like thousands of people on the lives, right? At least 1,000 usually. On a good day, I make like $100 for 4 hours, which is more than I would make if I was at an actual job working for 4 hours, doing some shit that I absolutely hated and just like did not want to be at. Um, so that's where I'm like, okay. On slower days, it is less than $100, but usually on a good day, like on a smooth day, it's usually like $100 for 4 hours. And so there's thousands of people in these lives, and I'm not always able to see who comes in and out of them. After I was doing it for a few days, I was like, oh okay, let me incorporate the wig. Like, oh okay, let me dress up this day. Oh okay, like I turned it into something like more fun and more creative for myself.
See you later. See you later.
What is happening? You can't be real and unique. You can't be real and unique. You human persons are. You hu. You. You humans persons are weird. A rose. And my NPC actually follows my niche, which is also cool. So my NPC focuses on feelings and like, affirmations and like love and kindness and just like sweethearted shit, which is really important for me. Because I want to be able to do the NPC thing, but I also want to be able to still stick to my niche. And so in these lives, there's a lot of love, but there's also a lot of hate. Like people are hella mad. Like they're like, "Oh my god, like you're an NPC. This is not a talent. You need mental help. What's wrong with you?" Da 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 da. Like people are just mad. Like the haters, oh, they're coming now. Bitches are like, "Oh, well, I don't know how to do that," or "Oh, I'm embarrassed to do that, so I'm gonna make fun of you and I'm gonna make you feel bad and I'm gonna," and it's like, no, dude, no. Like people after I get off the lives, like obviously like my interactions are up and like people are in my DMs being racist, like calling me the N-word hard R, like telling me I'm a monkey, like telling me I have no talent, saying what's wrong with me, like stop doing it. Like people are just doing too much. And so I was like, oh my God, this is wild, but thank God, like I've already been healing my racial trauma. I've already looked at it. I've already been confronted with that shit. So it's like, it really wasn't pressing me for real. But there was a moment where I did feel like upset because people were sending me chicken and somebody pointed out that it was racist. And then I was like, oh my God, like my inner child who experienced the racial trauma was like, oh my God, like they're using me, like this is so embarrassing, like da 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 da. And I had to literally sit with my inner child and be like, no, like that is a them problem. Like they're making it into that narrative, but for you, it's not that. Like I basically just had to talk myself through it and sit with myself and really understand like what was happening. But even then, I was only able to do that because I had already, in a way, sort of had training. I've already, in a way, sort of been on top of my game when it comes to um, having that barrier up, right? Having that boundary of, external versus internal. There's another word I'm thinking of, but I can't actually think of it. But so, yeah, there's a lot of love, but there's also a lot of hate. But it's pretty fun. I do enjoy doing it, and I would definitely say that if you want to do it, you should definitely do it. You need at least 1,000 followers on TikTok. And honestly, I didn't really practice any of the emotes that I do. Like, I have this one that's like, a rose for me. Thank you. I didn't really practice it. It just kind of came out of me. So you can prepare what you're gonna say beforehand, or you could just go freehanded. I just freehanded it, and I was just able to just kind of do it on my toes. But some people do plan out, what am I going to do for popcorn? What am I going to do for Rose? What am I going to do for this? They plan it out that way, but you don't have to. It just depends, again, where you are at with it, like how good you are at doing it. Um, and so, yeah, I also have been able to grow my social media platform, my TikTok and my Instagram too, because I think people have followed over to my Instagram. Actually, they have because somebody put a hate comment on one of my Instagram posts, and I was like, why are you doing the most? Like, you're so mad. Like, you're so insecure. I understand, but like, no. You know what I mean? And plus my life experiences, like I'd been trained for this. Like that's literally why God put me in this position. Little did I know it was going to raise up my followers. Little did I know it was going to get me more exposure. Little did I know, people were going to be like, oh, I saw you on TikTok. Oh, like people from my family started seeing me and I was like, oh my God, like it reached New Jersey and I was like, oh my God, people from high school were reaching out to me. I'm like, oh my God. And so it's like, it really put the spotlight on me and it gave me more exposure, and it sort of took me up in certain ways. And I didn't expect that, right? I didn't think about like, oh, like, this means you're going to be seen. This means you're going to get more exposure. This means you're going to get more interactions, more followers. This means that you're going to gain some momentum. This means that, I didn't think about that. I was just like, oh, God's telling me to do this to get more income. I'm going to do it. I enjoyed it, but I was never like thinking about how many followers or like the cloud or any sort of thing like that. And then it came and I was like, holy crap. Like, people are seeing me, like they're like, the people are talking. Like, people are talking. Um and I did have to even look at myself with that too, because it's like I got to get comfortable with being seen. Like, I gotta be okay being seen, and I gotta not care who's making fun of me or who's talking about me behind my back or who knows what or who said what or who did what, because really it doesn't matter. I'm doing something that I like doing. I'm doing something that is cool for me, that I dig. So really it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. But it's also like I have to be okay with being seen, you know? Not just by strangers on the internet, but by people who are hating on me. I also had to be okay with being seen by people who I know. And so it's just like it was really weird at first. But I'm at a point now where I'm just like, well, this is what I do. And some people like it, some people don't. I definitely want to continue being an NPC because it's still cool. Like, I do like doing it. Something new that I've learned is a talent for myself. Something new that I've learned I can do. And so I definitely still want to incorporate it into my life. I'm just not exactly sure what else I can do with it. I think I could incorporate it into my YouTube videos. I think I also might make a cameo so like people can get message from so like people can get messages from my NPC if they'd like, right? Because it does help a lot of people. I see people like I love your NPC. I loved your live. My kids love you, and I'm just like, oh my god, like this is real. You know what I mean? And so it's like, where there is hate, there is also love. Where there is love, there is also hate. And I sort of have had to learn that on this NPC journey. But um, when I realized that it was a trend, that's when I actually even started feeling better about doing it. Because at first I was like, oh my God, like people are going to say it's weird. Like, I'm just doing it because this lady did it. But then shortly after, it became a trend. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. Like, I feel more less outlier and more in, because I'm like, okay, this is a trend now. So it's not just like people doing it sparsely. It's people are doing it now, like everywhere. And now when you see people got like Walmart NPCs, people got jail NPCs, people got Victorian NPCs, robotic NPCs. There's all types of people doing all types of things with the NPC thing, which I think is super dope. You know what I mean? It's like, get into your creative bag, get into your bag. Also, like, the opportunity is right there. I think that it would be dumb not to take it if you want to take it, if you're open to taking it, because like, it's right there. You know what I mean? That's a prime example of abundance, right? And not scarcity. You go on these lives, you see these lives, and there are thousands of people usually in the lives, unless it's like a slow day. There are thousands of people in these lives, and every person is getting gifts. Every person has people commenting. Every person is getting this and that. And so it's like, the opportunity, finances, is not really as scarce and as small as the world makes us think, because as you can literally see, right, if you check it out, there are multiple people doing the same thing, all getting a bag, all getting the attention, all getting the stuff, and so it's like, it's not like, oh, only one person can do it, only this person can get it. No, everybody can get it, but not everybody's going to take the opportunity. You know what I mean? And it's just like, being afraid. I was very afraid. And sometimes I'm still nervous before I go live, but it's like, I want to do this. It feels good for me to do this. I enjoy it. And so it's like, you just got to move past the fear. The fear is not going to go away. You just got to jump in with the fear anyway and be like, okay. And so at this point, I have 8,000 followers, which is pretty awesome. I've gained thousands of followers from this. And my goal is 10K. So hopefully I'll be able to reach 10K soon. But that is how I became an NPC. In summary, God led me to it. I felt called to it. I got onto it. And then I realized, oh my God, this is a new talent for me. I can get money from this. It solved my financial issue. God led it to me. It's not like I just got on it because I was literally just hopping on the trend. No, like I was actually financially struggling, which this is probably helping so many people financially. That's probably why there are so many people doing it, because it's easy. You know what I mean? It's easy money, it's quick money. You know what I mean? And you don't have to go to a job you hate. You can literally sit at your house, stand at your house, get creative, and do whatever you want to do. Another little side note, being an NPC definitely does take energy. Like it's energy, right? Because you're expending energy by doing the emotes. You're expending energy by having people look at you. Like you're using energy, right? Your energy is currency, by the way. Time is money. Your energy is currency. That's how you get paid at work, for your time, for your energy. So get a real job. That's not a real job. Well, you're just mad. But also, I just wanted to include that it does take energy, and if you're gonna do it, be open to being hated on, right? You're gonna get haters. If you're not able to handle that, I would maybe rethink doing it. But hey, step out your comfort zone. Step out on a limb. But I just wanted to include that it does definitely take energy. Like it's easy, but like you are expending energy. You are being used. Like you are using your body, you are using your energy. So like usually when I get off, I can be tired depending on the day, depending on how long I stay on, because it's like I am expending energy. Like I am actually doing something, even though I'm sitting there. Like I'm moving my arms, I'm acting out emotes, I'm interacting, I'm reading comments. It's very like a multitasky sort of job, but it's also like it's easy because you don't have to go to a job you hate. You can sit at home and like do what you do, but at the same time it's like it's interactive. Like, why would you not do it? Because judgment, because this, because that. Okay, well, they're just mad because they can't do it. They're just mad because they don't want to do it. They're just mad because they're afraid of being judged. They're just mad. All these things. But it doesn't mean that something's wrong with me or something's wrong with them or you if you're an NPC. Hello, my fellow NPC. Because, hey, do what you want to do at the end of the day. And like I said, I feel like my experiences have slash had trained me for this. So I have that strong skin of like, okay, people are hating. What's next? Like I'm not I could be way worse off. You know what I mean? Like I could be super affected by it if I haven't already went through the deception, the betrayals, and the heartbreak that I already have. You know what I mean? And so it's just like y'all really think y'all are doing something, but you're not. Um, and yeah, my dog's barking because my other dog is in heat, and he just like won't let her go. Like he just can't like get off her back. Um, but yeah, catch me on TikTok at that's Kiera being an NPC. I don't have specific days that I go live. I just go live. Um, and tune in. I guess it's something that I do now. So I'll insert some clips here of my NPC. But yeah, if you have any questions or uh, comments on it, definitely ask me. Definitely reach out. I'm open to answering the questions if you want to get started yourself. Again, you just need at least 1,000 followers and maybe just have an idea of what emotes you want to use, or have an idea of what sort of direction you want to go in with your character. But other than that, that is how I became an NPC. That is why I became an NPC. And I think it's pretty fucking cool. So shout out to all my NPCs and fuck the haters. Thank you so much for watching in. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Peace.